Hi, I'm Lauren Langman, and this DVD is going to give you a whole new perspective on Foundation for Life, dog sports and agility. It's not just Agility Foundation, it's a whole new concept. This applies to everybody, not just puppies. It could be your adult dog that needs more foundation, or a dog that's maybe new to you, or a rescue. The pup that we'll be keeping for the period of filming is Coco. She is going to be here for the 5 months, and she will hopefully have learned all of her basic training with us before she goes on to her new home, where she'll be living out her life as a great family pet. However, she will also have had all of the skills for agility if her new owner so wishes. What we are looking for from her over the next few months is we want a focused and a well-balanced puppy. We'd like her to be happy to work for anything. We want her relationship, motivation and bond to be fixed fairly early on, where play and work, they merge into the same thing. We'd like her to learn how to learn in micro steps. We're going to teach her coordination and body awareness, thinking skills, shaping with confidence, self-initiative using shaping freedom and some level of choice. We want you to use your imagination and creativity over the next few months. This will enable you to move forward in your own dog training journey, just as we will be. Notice that we will try and train in all habitats, anytime, anywhere. Being able to generalise is absolute key, and we want your dog to be versatile and comfortable in many new situations. Think about habitats like the vets, the park, the train station, your garden, a training arena, maybe a show, pet shops, and possibly even a hotel. The DVD is designed to be an overview of her training. We will show you all of the things we do. We won't necessarily go into great detail at every stage. It will give you an overview and an ideas base for people to hopefully kick off. We will also be filming our everyday lives, so we will try not to stage any of the learning where possible. We'll show you the first attempts, the good and the bad. With this in mind, we're going to be in the home. There are other noises, objects, distractions going on, and we will, where possible, leave them to occur, as this will be your average family home with your average family pet. If after this DVD you would still like to know more detail, then we suggest that you look at our upcoming interactive puppy online course and reinforcement courses that go on all the time. Now, rewards. These happen from minute to minute throughout the day, every single day, whether you like it or not. We have made a decision to teach her through rewarding good behaviour. We'd like a learner who's confident to try new things and is not worried or apprehensive about making errors. We believe that teaching her through using positive rewards will produce our most confident, responsive and eager learner that we can hopefully get. Through this DVD, you'll see how we produce and develop a super learner and a strong relationship based on trust and reliability. It will, however, benefit you to start to look at the daily pleasures your dog enjoys, from racing into the garden with another dog, sleeping high up on maybe your sofa, maybe something as simple as getting into or out of the car, chasing a cat. Where possible, have an awareness of all of these reinforcements. Make a list of the rewards that your dog has so that you can see what's suitable and maybe what's not. Also know you can manage them. There are no rules. We're not going to tell you that you can't do this or you can do this, but have knowledge that adapting any of these could maybe help your reinforcement schedules. So think about activities, food, and toys. You'll basically try to integrate your wishes gradually into the fabric of your daily routine so that both you and the dog get the desired outcome effortlessly. They will become continually responsive, as the rewards are actually everyday commonalities that the dog enjoys. All of these things can be added or taken away as your reinforcement schedule dictates. This is a Foundation for Agility DVD. It's not the Agility Foundation DVD. We hope to encompass so much more. And with that in mind, we'll split the DVD into the following sections. These are what we believe to be the most important fundamental foundation for agility skills. Play, confidence and creativity, life skills, recall, flat work and foundation. With this will come self-control. This learning is also fundamental. No dog lacking self-control would be able to catch dinner. Instead, it would go hungry. A dog that can catch dinner can eye stalk. It's going to mean that it has some level of control over what it gets at the end. What types of rewards are we going to use? We're going to use food. We're going to use hopefully small thumbnail sized pieces wherever possible, and hopefully lots of the dog's dinner. Save the best for when you need it. Liver cake is going to go hopefully to the hardest environments, whereas kibble might be in the easy environments. Vary the source of your food, and hopefully variety is good. We'll use toys, chase toys, tug toys, retrieve toys. We will also be using instinctive behaviours, so chasing, walking in groups, and movement triggered responsive, as well as interaction. We want the dog to be able to live and want to be with us. When and where will we train? Well, like we said, some things in the house as well as out and about. Learning should not be restricted to specific sessions. It'll be happening throughout every day. When you watch the DVD, it will sometimes be a quickly caught moment, a shot that we just couldn't resist and capture. Therefore, you might need to, when you think about this, store your food in a variety of places so you can do the same. As you go into a room, maybe on the entrance or the exit, anywhere that you want an opportunistic reward. Extras. The fundamentals for our puppies are the want for reinforcement of food and toys. If the desire for these are high, then everything else is easy. If we're getting these right, every month we'll continue on to more games. However, if we're having a bad day, then we may need to change the session or change our tactics. These will be our fundamentals and our foundation that we always go back to readdress. Well done for buying it. Congratulations. Hopefully we're going to have a great journey. In this chapter, you're going to see us building play. Now, what we want to do with our young dog, new dog or puppy is build the desire and the want to be with us through having lots of fun with different toys. When you're playing with your toys, we're going to show you how to toy switch and how to use different toys so that they're all versatile in many different ways. We're also going to show you how to take your puppy or your dog out and about to new habitats and how to really inspire them in new places. We're going to show you how to build weight shift, and we're going to show you how to build great desire. You'll have lots of fun watching these clips. Ooh, yeah, that's good. That's good, isn't it? That's good. I have to say, one of the things that I find most interesting watching a litter of puppies is that all puppies play. Your skill is going to be how you keep it. One of the first things I do is I don't have a leave it cue. Notice I pull the toy from the puppy's mouth, gently at first, so that the puppy doesn't ever actively have to leave it. I always whip it away or take an opportunity to remove it. The second thing I do is I touch the puppy a lot and try and handle them and build anticipation to get this toy, so pushing them back and then sort of racing them to it. Moving it around lots as well at this stage. Remember, your puppy's only young or new to this game, so moving the toy to keep that excitement is absolutely acceptable. Ooh, yeah, good girl. Good weight shift. You've got good weight shift. The weight shift game is exactly what it says it is. It's about the dog engaging its back end, as you can see in the clip, and being able to shift its body weight. Some pups and dogs will re-grip rather than maintain a good grip, preventing good weight shift. Notice this in your play. With the weight shift game, the toy is always under some slight pressure. This ensures your partner stays actively engaged and then adjust to you accordingly. When the dog head shakes, always mark it. Tell the puppy it's good, and as the puppy holds for a little longer, maybe head shake it back again. You're going to do tugging. Good girl. Get your tug. Get that tug. cleaner. You carpet cleaner. Playing in a new environment or habitat can be daunting to your dog, rescue dog or puppy. Confidence in these environments is absolute key. You may need to move more than you normally do to prevent your dog from noticing these low-level distractions initially. You want to keep your partner engaged. You want to make sure they're having fun. Bend down if you need to. And also make sure that you keep your toolkit fresh. Have your high-value toys that your dog is keen to work for, the ones your dog absolutely loves, and only use these toys in the new habitats. Make sure you keep them special. Also notice the noises in these environments, especially in indoor buildings like this one. This again can make the puppy just more aware of what's going on around them.
Should we do a toy switch? Hooray, a toy switch.
The more variety that you have in your reinforcement, the more options you'll have when it comes to training behaviours. The old toy needs to go still and basically dead, and the new toy must instantly come alive.
Yeah, that was good. That was good. Toy switching.
Don't take no for an answer. You're going to make sure that the puppy switches to the new exciting toy that you have to offer.
Got to re-grab him. You got to get him.
The other mistake that lots of people will make is they'll rush to grab the dead toy on the floor. That toy's dead. It's of no interest to you or the dog until you're ready to re-switch again.
Yeah, get this one. Get this one. That was a good switching. That was a good switching and a tugging. That is a good tugging.
This is Miss Q. Q is Coco's sister, and she leaves to go to Bermuda in a few days. In this clip, she's playing the weight shift game, and it's interesting to see another puppy play the game. She has very natural weight shift.
You good girl.
With all of your play, continue to build this weight shift. It will develop in all environments for use later on. If you're going to do dog sports, this is a key requirement. Out in the garden. She wants to come in, but she's quickly having a toilet break. Really important for puppies, you give them lots of toilet breaks. So whilst she's out in the garden wanting to come in, we've got 4 different toys here. So we've got Medium value and a medium value. Top value because it's got sheep on it, so that's a real top value toy. And a bottom value toy. Why? Because it's too big for a puppy, not good for their bite, so they can't get a good grip on it. Poor choice of toy for a puppy. But we're going to go between all four and watch the way we do it. So this toy is going to need less animation. This toy is going to need much more animation. And these toys middle level. Notice she wants to come in, so we're going to bring her in. We're going to have these four to the side. We'll start with a low toy, so we'll start with this one, and then we'll progress to medium toys, and then to higher toys. We're not going to let her in while she's screaming, but while she's quiet, 7 weeks old, can still come back in. Come in you can. Yeah, you've been out in that big garden, so we're going to have her here, mark our space, and go straight into playing. Gonna get this one. This is lots of chase being added in, so we're adding in lots of movement because it's not an easy toy for a puppy to grab, so the pup finds this much harder to grab. Get this tugger. I'm not saying she can't play with it, she absolutely can, as you can see. She can play with this, but there's got to be a lot of value in it. Get that thing, get that tugger. Yeah, that's good tugging. That was good tugging. While she's grabbing hold of it nicely, I said, while she's grabbing hold of it nicely, yeah, I said, while she's grabbing hold of it nicely, that's lovely. Then we're going to switch to this one. Much easier for a puppy to grab. So you see she's straight on that one. Weight shift's much better because it's flat, so much easier for her to bite. Much easier for her to bite. Yeah, that's lovely tugging. Nice tugging with those feet. Don't let me touching your feet. That's another thing to think about, guys. When you're playing with your puppies, touch their feet and let them get used to it, because actually you will tread on them. You will step on them as they're going through weave poles at times and everything else. They just have to get on with it, not being, don't want any big babies. Yeah, that's lovely tugging. So while she's tugging nicely again, I'm going to drop that one. I'm going to play with this one. This is the special ball. This is the special ball. So she only met this toy for the first time today. Lots of different toys, really good again for them just to get used to playing with. Whatever is your toy. Whatever's my toy, this is the toy you play with. So there aren't to be the favourites. There will always be favourites, but it's about play with my toy. Yeah, good girl. That's the best toy, isn't it? This is the best toy. And then while she's playing with that one nicely, the sheep comes out. So the sheep comes out, the favourite of the bunch. So she gets this one last, and then playing over all of the other toys that are around. So she's still got to play over all of the toys that are here. And if you lose interest, we're going to make sure you keep interest, because actually it's about maintaining interest until I say end of the game, isn't it? And it's got to be fun. It's got to be fun. So one of the most important parts of agility is that we get weight shift when we're actually doing agility, or say your sport is heel work to music, that you have good sort of heel work position and weight shift within the heel work. So you do always want to make sure that your dog can weight shift correctly for whatever sport you might be doing. If you've got a good pet and that's all you're looking for, then actually weight shift even within the pet is great for sort of body awareness and just for the dog's general well-being, that it uses its body correctly. So we're going to have a go at some weight shift. It's going to be tug with my toy, hold it for a split second, and then we shake a little bit longer. Tug with my toy, hold it, maybe shift back with it, and we tug a little bit harder. So we reward the good weight shift with a vigorous tug. So that's what we're looking for from the puppy. So hopefully she'll keep hold of it. If she doesn't keep hold of it, rabbit's gone, remember, we whip it away. So we're not going to hand it right back to her, we whip it away, she's got to catch it again. So, ready? Get it. Yeah, good girl. So she's on that toy, she's got it, lovely. So that head shake's nice. So we're going to hold the two handles. Yeah, good girl, good
good girl. Now that's a rebite. Just notice the rebite is when she just regrips. That was great. What a good girl. Yeah, what a good girl. That's a rebite, so we just keep pulling it away on the rebite. If you manage to get it away, great. Yeah, good girlie. Yeah, good girl. Yeah, oh, the rebite. Did you see the bite again? So just when she lets go and then manages to re-grip on it, that's a rebite.
This is an example of the behaviour that we call the rebite. We'd like to decrease this behaviour. Basically, when it happens, remove the tug whenever the dog's jaw is slack, and just a few seconds of loss is sufficient to improve the maintenance of this grip.
Right, we're okay with the rebites, but if you can get it away, then you get it away. Get it. Yeah, good girl. Weight shift. Yeah, good dog. The moment that you see them let go of it, if you can whip that toy away and it's yours, and that stays as my toy, and I might play around with it, but it's not going to be hers again. So she doesn't get to have that toy back. That toy's mine. It's mine. So she's lost the chance of having the toy, and I want to kind of sort of wind her up a little bit, really. When it did go down and she had good grip, we gave her a stronger tug with it. Let's just have one more quick go at that. Yeah, good girl. So get her properly playing first. You must get them into the right headspace first. So they're properly playing first. When they're properly playing, let them hold it. See if they can hold it for long. Yeah, that was good. See if they can hold it for longer like that. Yeah, that was gorgeous. That was gorgeous. Yeah, super puppy. Yeah, that was super puppy. You let him go. You got to catch him again. Caught him. Yeah, lovely girl. Short sessions at the moment. So a split second, and then we can go crazy with that head shake. Split second grab. If she regrips, that's lovely. If she regrips, we just whip it away. You're such a good girl. Such a good girl. Yeah. Bit of regripping going on, so we're not going to try and hold it. Yeah, lovely girl, lovely girl. Lovely girl. Yeah, lovely girl. That is gorgeous. You see that weight shift there? That was excellent. Yeah, and you've got a cough. Got a cough. Got a cough. Got a bit of sand in the lungs. Sand in your lungs. Nice girl. You are such a good puppy. Whip you up. That was a good session. So she can keep that toy held for a minute. I'm not going to take that away from her. If she wants to carry on killing it, then all the better for the value, really. I'm not going to take that one away. She didn't really let it go at any point, and that weight shift's already starting to come on. So great puppy, and that's what you should be doing with yours. Your pup. All of the puppies have this. This is not what they come with. This is really what you're creating. So get on with it. If you haven't got it with a puppy and you've got an older dog, then actually it may be a little bit harder work. Don't worry, you persevere with it. Work through it, take your time, do the regrip game where you pull it away if they get it wrong, and don't just hand it back too easily.
At this age, we try to take our puppies out and about to agility shows. You could also use an obedience show or a breed show as another environment to take your pup, but in the UK, agility shows are fairly accessible to us with different organisations allowing puppies to attend. In these environments, initially, all we look for is to see confidence in play.
Good. So now you can see that all they're really interested in here is the toys that
When in these habitats, do be aware of what else is going on in the environment and try to give everything space. If you can, switch toys, so don't stick on one toy. Try and get your puppy to play with a variety of toys and keep the game active. It's sometimes good to go down on the puppy's level to play. It helps to keep them actively engaged in the game and keeps them protected. When playing with the puppy, try and build anticipation, so pull them back, let them go, and drive to that toy.
Remember to keep your sessions short, particularly in new habitats. When you're finished, you end the game.
So we are going to try another session on weight shift. What we're looking for is grab the toy, pull back on it, remember, and then we go crazy. So we're going to wind her up to want to get it. She's got hold of it. She's weight shifting, and we go crazy with the rag. Don't worry that they let go, you just keep it moving. So keep it nice and animated. Yeah, good girl. That's brilliant. That is what we're looking for. That's what we're looking for. Yeah, that's what we're looking for. Yeah, that's what we're looking for. Yeah, crazy girl. So tell them exactly what you like. Yeah, good girl. And you'll hopefully get more of it. Good, that's beautiful. That's lovely. Yeah, good girl. A carpet cleaning puppy. Good girl. So great weight shift. Each time we got it, we went crazy with the ragget. If she let go at all, we were ready to pull it away. Noises in the background, again, distractions, everyday life happening. A good session. If your dog isn't weight shifting, keep working on it. Keep going with that technique. Okay, so in a pet shop, we figured it would be appropriate to play around the toys. So we're going to get her tugging with her sheepskin in here, the pet shop, to see whether she's happy playing on a new surface in a new place, and see what we've got ready. So ready, steady, she's looking at those ones. Ready, steady, get him, I get him. Oh. Yeah, good girl. Good girl. She quite likes this noise, the slapping. Hey you, I say she likes it, she's going. So we got a tissue. Oh, we got a tissue. We got a tissue, we've got to clean the environment. Gotta clean the environment. Gotta clean the environment. Gotta clean, got a tissue and a sheep. Got a tissue and a sheep. Get this out. Hey you. Yeah. You get this. You get this. You get your tuggy. You get your tuggy. You get your tuggy. You mind that business. Mind that. You say mind your own business. You mind your own business. Yeah, good girl. Good girl. Ignore the distractions that are going on. Carry on playing my game. I know you might see this. Get this, get this, get this, get this, get this. So she's just here to see new environments, do a little bit of playing and see how we get on really. It's her second place, remember we went to another UK shop this weekend, so get them out, let them out and let them see what it's about really. So we'll do a little bit of playing, a little bit of feeding and a little bit of playing. Ready? Hasn't seen this toy in here yet, so let's see what she makes of it. Well, we're going to have a go at the weight shift game. So because she's playing quite nicely, let's have a go at this weight shift game.
This persistent grip is what we call weight shift.
Harriet. Third place is very perfect. Chef. Second place is Wendy Pavey.
Okay, so that's long enough for her play. She's done really nicely, played every time I asked her to, taken food.
This is Poppy, and she has trained with us since foundation level. This is the end product of the weight shift game. Notice how much enjoyment we both get from this game. As she weight shifts, I rag her back again. She often even prompts the rag by actually shaking her head herself. Hopefully from this demonstration you can see that the game is actually very versatile and will suit all dogs and all breeds if you play it correctly.
In this chapter, we're going to show you how to teach a brilliant recall. Now, recall is one of those invaluable skills that you just cannot afford to be without. We're going to start with pup, pup, pup recalls with a dog who really doesn't know how to respond to the verbal cue, and take it right through to a dog who can understand every time to come back for reinforcement. We're going to show you the recalls out and about, and we're even going to take it to a show. You're really going to enjoy this chapter. Okay, so we've got Coco, who's still not even 8 weeks old, and we've been at a training day, so she's come with us and we're in a hotel now. So we're back at the hotel and we decided that we should really film some training with the puppy. Although she did some outside, out and about today, she hasn't done any in here, so it's nice for you to see her in a new environment. We do take puppies out and about with us. The more we can take them to new places, the better. So she's out and about with us, as you can see, having fun. Eliza's also here, so you're really seeing a typical day, typical training session, what she would go through on a daily basis. So we're going to try some pup, pup, pup recall. So while she's distracted, pup, 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 pup. Yeah, that is so nice. Look at you. I'm going to come down to a level. I'm going to feed her a few pieces of food. That is so nice. Pup, 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 pup. Yeah, that was just lovely. Look how good you are. Look how good you are. I've got her collar and let her go. Off you go. Still chewing on her food, so I'm not going to call her while she's chewing. And I'm also not going to call her while she's with me. Might kick the hat away so she can maybe have another distraction. Pap, 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 pap. Yeah, that is so lovely. Grab the collar, feed the puppy. Such a nice girl. We're going to do fine dining. She doesn't get the whole handful at once. She gets one piece at a time. And how nice is that, little Coco? How nice is that? So nice. I'm just going to carry on walking around. She's got distraction of the baby. She's going to carry on following me. Got some nice boots there. Pap, 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 pap. Yeah, hello you, my little friend. And the other little friend. You're a good girl. We do recall training with you, Eliza. Fine dining, one last piece. You are such a good pup. Such a good pup. Off you go. I'm going to check to see, before I go, whether I've got any pieces left. I've got about 5 pieces left. So I'm going to be ready with those. I've got about 5 pieces left. Puppy's just wandering. Pap, 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 pap. Yeah, hello you. You're a good girl. She doesn't yet know the fastest way to get to me is around the bed, not over it. So she tries the other way. That is so nice. And we're going to try one more off the hoof. Pap, 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 pap. Yeah, you are such a good girl. Taking the collar, fed the puppy. Such a nice girl. Yeah, you are. You're done. You're done. That was good. That was good. Good in the hood. Okay, another daily training session. So it's a typical day. Actually, it's a typical evening, and someone's been in bed. But either way, we still got to train the puppy. So everything, life is just going to have to go on. And the puppy at the moment is outside. She's going to go to the toilet before we start training her. Let's hope. So always make sure your puppy's gone to the toilet first. And I thought I'd just explain a little bit about why we do pup, pup, pup recalls rather than use the puppy's name. Particularly important if you have children or other people around. Like in our house, we have my mum and my dad who constantly use the dog's name, possibly badly. So the reason we use pup, pup, pup is really so that we don't poison any name cue. So we're not going to go, this puppy's called Coco, 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 and she's going to get used to maybe ignoring us at some point. So we don't want her to learn that. So we use pup, pup, pup until we've got 100% response to pup, pup, pup. And then once we see she is responding every time to pup, 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 we'll do new cue, old cue. So the new cue always replaces the old cue. So the new cue being her name, whatever we decide to call her. It could be Missy, it could be Coco, it could be whatever we like. In this household, because of Madam here and because of my mum and dad, it's often not their pet name. So something else for their recall. My adult dog Fiji, her recall name's G. So it really could be anything you like. Anyway. Hi, nicely done, Daddy. So hold that collar now, close the door. What a good girl. And we're going to give a couple of pieces. Now that's a chewy bit, so we're going to let her chew through that while we get rid of that one. And we're going to pick up the bit she dropped. We'll still feed her that. She's a good girl. Then we're going to let her go. She can just go and investigate what Eliza's doing or anything she likes, really. Hi, that's nice. It's very nice. A little bit more food, and then off she goes again. She can investigate. It's quite good having Eliza as a distraction, actually, because often the puppy will go off to see what she's up to. Yeah, good girl. That is so nice. So we touch her collar, hold her collar, so that when we do actually want to get that recall, we've always got hold of her collar first. Very nice, look at you. And on this one, we're going to be ready to give her one piece of food and a toy. So when she does come back this time, it's going to be one piece of toy and some food. Hi, one piece of food
then your tugger. Then you get your tugger. Yeah, you get that tugger. You get that tugger, little pup. What a good girl. What a good girl. So as you can see, that name cue's coming on really nicely. So is her food to toy play. So she's switching very quickly now. And I would say both have got good value, whereas when we started, we had good toy value, then we had good food value, and then we had good toy value. As you can see, distractions are going on. Eliza's getting rid of the CDs in the house, and Pup's just got to continue. You know what, everyday life happens, you just got to get on with it. So training session may not be perfect, but in some ways this is great because she's got all the distractions in the world, a bit of noise going on, and she's quite happy. So some great recalls, some great tuggy, and some great distraction life work. What a good girl, Coco. Diggers going on, you can't really see them, but there's some diggers going on in the background. They're not on at the moment, so we'll see what happens. When they do start, I imagine she'll probably notice them, but we'll try and introduce her back to the play again. And I'm aware that they're going on, so at least I've got a heads up on that they're going on. So we may get them, we may not, but that's everyday life, and that's what you're going to get with your puppy. So we're going to try and get playing first. She's also aware that I've had chicken on my hands I've just been getting some food ready for her. So we may battle the food toy thing, which most of you guys will battle as well, because food to toy for most dogs, there's always that sort of which one do I want? So chicken versus Tuggy, we'll see. She hasn't played with this toy before, so I'm asking quite a lot. New place, new toy, diggers, chicken. So we've got a few distractions. Let's get her excited. Ready? Steady, get it. Yeah, get the tugger. You get that tugger. So I'm going to try and stand up a little bit, but obviously I've got to bend over. That's nice little tugging. That's nice little tugging. That's a two handle, so I'd like to hold both handles, but I don't want to overface the puppy. But now we go in, we can do that. What I like about two handles is you can kind of play both sides, but keep nice even weight through it. So we're happy playing. Now we're happy playing, we're going to actually try and get the toy out of her mouth and run away and see if she can do some chasing us. Yeah, get that tuggy. Get that tuggy. You can get your tugger. You can get your tugger. Yeah, get your tuggy. Get your tuggy. Get that tuggy. You're a good girl. You're a good girlie. Yeah, good girl. So we're adding the pup, pup, pup. Now we know she's going to follow us. We can add that pup, pup, pup in. Oh, you got me. Did you get me on that, Tuggy? You caught it again. You were clever. You were clever. Ooh. Pup, pup, pup. Yeah, good girl. Good girlie. Good girlie. Good girlie. So just follow me and catch me, and keep holding your tug too. If you let go, pup, pup, pup. Yeah. Good girl. If you let go, I'm going to be off. You don't get a second bite of that apple, so no second bites of the apple. You let go, I'm going with it. And although you're gentle with Puppy, not too gentle. You know what? She wouldn't be gentle with her litter mates. So not too gentle. I'm not playing as rough as I can, but I'm no weak tugger. I play fairly strong with her. I'm here. Yeah, good girl. Did you lose me? Did you lose me? So not quite 9 weeks old, doing out and about recalls. At times letting the toy go still, but actually genuinely happy. Now there's the noise. It's in the distance, you can't hear too much. I can hear it, she can hear it. Maybe you can hear it. We're just gonna play while the noise is going on. So not letting her notice. where that noise is going. And where you can, play a bit lower. At times we play a bit too high, so play a little bit lower. That's nice from you. That's nice from you. I want to wait for her to let go again. When she lets go, I'm off. You got me on that one. You got me on that one. Yeah, Papa. There you go. There you go. One last going still will let them re-grip and they think that you're finished, and that's when you can get it off her. Her grip's pretty good right now. If you have a look, that's pretty good for a puppy. The grip's not letting go. We're not letting go of this toy. We're not letting go of this toy. You're a good girl. We'll stop on that. It's enough for a little pup, so we don't want to push it. A good session, out and about in a new place, tugging. We managed to take it a bit further, so we managed to get it to the point of doing a couple of runs and calling her back into us, and then adding the pup in. So actually ended up working out pretty well. Okay, so we're in the show venue again and we're giving her another session. She's going to have a little bit more of her breakfast and it's going to be for pup recall. So exactly the same as what we've done at home in the bedroom, just taking it into another place, so somewhere much more difficult. I'm going to stand on the lead, but I'm not actually going to hold the lead, I'm going to stand on the lead, and it means my hands are free, and I'm just going to do a couple of turnaround pup recalls. I may just drop the line and get with it. It depends on how it goes. I obviously don't want to go into that show ring and I don't want to see at any point she leaves me. So it's going to be short pup recalls, put her down, jog away, or even don't move away, just turn away, and she's going to come into my side. Okay, let's have a go at it. Yeah, good girl. Yeah, good girl. Yeah, good. Just do a little play. She's done that so nicely. While she's playing, reload a couple more bits of food. Toy out the mouth. Yeah, good girl. Good girl. That was nice. Good girl. Yeah, that was good. That was good. You can have food. And then this one for Toy. Yeah, get that.
In this chapter, Life Skills, we're going to show you everything you need to do with your dog. Now, life skills can encompass so many different things, from taking your dog to the vets or visiting the train station, maybe conditioning a novel sound, or getting your dog used to meeting and greeting appropriately. We're going to give you a huge variety which you will be able to tailor to your individual needs. We hope you enjoy this chapter and really do pay attention to detail.
As with many of the topics in Pup to Perfection, what we like to see is confidence. As you can see, these puppies are eager to explore the new surfaces and the new heights. It really can't go wrong. I'm stood on the seesaw. However, what you can see is how happy these pups are. We also want to see the follow me game. Within this game, there are moments of the puppies needing to check out the environment or look around to alert to see whether something's safe. What you can see is they happily bounce back and they recover. The new noises and scenery, it's all different. We play lots of games where we change direction. What you see here is a little black tri-puppy checking out why another dog is barking. Quite quickly, again she recovers and joins the game. Keep it moving and keep them guessing. I love to see puppies and dogs voluntarily following, as well as being obedient and compliant to recall. Recalls and running together are a big part of our relationship building. Make sure you have fun. They also show you have good value with your dog, and actually your dog wants to hang out with you. This is good for the future. To a degree, your puppy or your dog needs to learn to take everything in their stride. Hopefully they'll be able to accept different people of all ages and all sizes. However, it's worth noting that supervision is always something we would suggest you do. Also, take time to maybe condition and counter-condition new people or anything that might affect your dog. Add value where you can do, and continue to assess long-term for any feedback your dog is giving you. Maybe they're uncomfortable, or maybe they're worried by certain situations. If you have any concerns, always increase the space. If you have any problems, we recommend you consult a suitable behaviourist.
Look at you. Yeah, the noises of the baby. Get that thing. What do you got? What have you got? Crazy tugging. Good crazy tugging. You got good back end. Would you tug back?
Okay, another game absolutely vital to play with our puppies is that all-important collar grab. So we're going to be grabbing a collar, feeding the dog. We're going to condition that every time we grab your collar, you get some nice food. We're going to do it for 5 or 6 pieces of food, and then we're going to play toys. So grab a collar, feed the puppy. You're such a good girl. Sniff in the bed, smells a bit different. So grab the collar, feed the puppy. You are such a good girl. Grab the collar a little bit harder. Ooh, feed the puppy. Good girl, grab that collar, feed the puppy. Grab the collar, got a collar, feed the puppy. Grab the collar, feed the puppy. This time we're going to grab the collar, get the tuggy. Yeah, grab the collar, get the tuggy. Notice we put the mat down. We're on the laminate floor. We just want to be careful. She's only little. She's only little and her bones are very delicate. You get this tugger. I don't want you sniffing the mat. I don't want you sniffing the mat. I want you getting the tugger. I want you getting that tugger. No sniffing the mat. No, so she can check the mat out. But I'm going to get you back playing with me because I'm not accepting that you're going to leave this tugger. No distractions, even at this age. She's got to work through all those distractions. Get this thing, get this thing, get this thing. Pick her up before we change. That was good. So always pick the puppy up or pop them somewhere so that they can't just decide to switch off when you're busy. So I was about to talk to you guys whilst I'm about to talk to the camera. Actually, I'm going to pick that puppy up. She's not going to carry on racing around and sniffing this floor. I am going to stop it. When I'm back ready to play with her again, back ready to play, we let her go, play a little game again. One of the most important things of dog training that we notice is that actually, when you're working with a puppy, you work with a puppy. So even though I'm talking to you, my attention's very much on her. And I'm noticing all of those moments. If she disengages with me, I notice that. Even at this age, she's 7 weeks old, so she's a real baby. But actually, this all starts now. See that weight shift? This all starts now. Yeah, this all starts now. So playing back this way, it's harder to play facing that way, isn't it? You get the tuggy, you get that tuggy. And then when I'm finished, I take the toy away and I have her up. So important lesson we learn, as well as the start of your collar grab. Miss whinge a lot.
at teaching Miss Coco a little bit of self-control. The game that we're going to play is, we've always called it the mouse game, that we pop the food down. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pieces of food. We pop the food down. Hopefully she wants the food, so we let her know that it's there. She's going to come to try and get it. As she comes to try and get it, we cup the food. Then we take the hand away as she backs off, recup it as she comes back in, and hopefully she'll keep trying and keep trying to get it. As she backs off, we'll hopefully see some level of self-control and we'll flip the mouse towards her. So we play the mousey game. You going to play that game? What do you think? So let's pick the food up. So we start clean. Got the food, let her know it's there, pop it down and immediately cup it because she's immediately interested. She's clawing, she's interested in that food, trying to get in there. You just keep it cupped. If they're really rough with you, you can actually put a glove on. So I will place a glove on if I need to. Now Coco hasn't played this game before, so you're seeing it fresh as a daisy. Nice. That was a nice level of self-control. We could have flicked some food back there. That's so nice. You can have that one. As she comes forward, we'll recup that one just to say that's not quite what we're looking for. We want a little bit more self-control than that. That's really nice. That's really nice. You can have that one. I'm taking that one back. Cover again. That's so nice. And that little animated, get that one, there it is, there it is. That little animated pounce is that little early on prey drive really kicking in. Here they are, what can you do? Wow, look at you, that is so nice. Here it is, here it is, here it is, here it is. One left. She's chewing that one still. You want this one? You got that one. You're a good girl. On this one, cup in. She should step back as if on cue. Come on, Coco girl. Here he is. Yeah, good girl. We flicked him back. Where is he? Here he is. There he is. There he is. And then we break her off to a little bit of tug. You can break off to a little bit of tug. We don't need to work hard all the time. So you do have to make sure that you balance that up nicely. That's a lot of thinking for a little puppy. And although she hasn't played that game before today, and it's the first time she's seen that game, it is a very difficult game, and yet they get it so quickly. I don't know if you noticed, she started backing off quite early on there. What you want to do is you want to see they offer some level of self-control. We even had a little sit, so she actually even gave us a little sit. We're not going to play too much on that laminate flooring, we're going to play more over here on this mat. Much nicer for your puppy body. Much nicer for your little puppy body. So get that tuggy, stay on the mat. Again, it's another new surface to play on. She hasn't played on this mat. You haven't played on this mat. Get that tuggy, pick her up. Session done. So enough for her today. That was good on the self-control puppy. She's got 5 pieces of food, all for offering some hard work. Yeah, it was good. Another new place to take your young dog or your puppy is to the vets. It's a great place for them to practice new skills. Notice how these puppies are taking everything in, and they're in a safe place. Something may drop, the puppy can startle, but watch how quickly they recover and bounce back again. Our dogs are also regularly weighed at the vets. It's just part of our practice. When you visit the vets with your rescue dog, adult dog or puppy, try and visit in a training sense. Often the vets have a very negative association because bad things happen when you visit, anything from vaccinations to spays or castrations. Try and plan in some good associations whenever possible. Add some value to that bank. This place could be a nice place. Notice Miss Q. She's Coco's sister, and she's having huge amounts of fun here with her high-value tuggy toy. It's a great place to be.
You forgot him.
There are lots of new noises for your puppy to take in, from a new phone to unfamiliar voices. We try to visit the vets initially when it's quiet so the puppy isn't put over threshold. Gradually we visit when the vets gets busier. So for example, 9 a.m. or 5:30 p.m, those are prime time. At this stage, it's nice to see maybe the odd person, but not bombard the puppy. We want to peg good and positive associations when this puppy or young dog is in an alien and sterile environment.
Yeah.
Try to ensure that your pup or your dog is happy to be examined. It's really nice for your vet and it makes your trip so much easier and less stressful. Take your dog's dinner with you, or maybe some higher value food like chicken or ham or maybe even liver. Feed your dog through whatever the treatment is. So that could be their vaccination, or it could be an identity chip, or maybe even just basic handling. Whatever it is, actually your dog won't notice it if they're too busy taking reinforcement.
Okay, we've still got some of Coco's dinner left, so I'm going to get rid of half of it, and I've got the other half, and we're going to carry on playing that mousey game that we played yesterday, and see if we can build up to a bit more. She wants her food, as you can see, still keen to work, so food's going to go down on the floor, we're going to cover it, back off, nice, look at you. Not so easy to flick in here, so I'm going to take it back to her. She's got another piece underneath her. Wow, covered. That is so nice. Nice girl. I'm going to take that to her for sitting. And I'm going to cover again. So there might be some over here because she's covering in two places. Keep that one covered. Uncover. Cover. Cover. Wow. So we're starting to get that little sit now. That she knows that there's something she needs to do to get this. And it actually is backing off. Lovely girl. You're such a clever puppy. So I'm trying to wind her up to bring her into this a little bit. I'm going to cover it again. I'm being mean here. I mean, God, that's such a hard choice for a 7-week-old puppy. But do you already see that we're walking backwards? We're just going to block that a little bit because we've got a baby and a puppy close to food, which is never so sensible. So we're just going to block a little. Cover the food. Lovely girl. Look at you, you clever pup. Such a clever puppy. We can take another one back. Little bit of a wind up. Oh dear, we dropped that one. You can have that one back. Wow. So we'll cover that one again. She wants it. She's got to work out. She's got to leave it to be able to get that one. Wow, look at that clever puppy. And then we're going to transition straight onto a tuggy and get the tuggy because you did such a good job. Such a good job, girl. Love it. So Coco has her dinner up here. She hasn't finished it all yet today. And so with her dinner, Eliza's also after by the looks of it. Welcome, Eliza. The typical household dog training. Eliza's very hungry for the Omnipro. So I've got some of her dinner left, and what we're going to be doing with some of her dinner is just feeding for handling, really. So I'm going to grab a handful, and I'm just going to be feeding for handling her. So just handling. Picking up feet. Picking up feet. Better not be eating that, young lady. Handling, tail, handling, collar, ears, other ear. Picking up a back foot. Oh, we dropped one. Always being ready. With the ones you drop, always be ready to grab them. Eliza's playing with the toys, but the puppy should be staying with me. Although she's noticed the toy, she should still be staying with me. These are the sort of distractions that you have in an everyday household, and it is really worthwhile considering how you work through them. Feeding another foot over here. I dropped another one. Very bad dog training going on here. That's much better. So as long as you can pick it up before the puppy can, then good on you. So we have that one. We're then going to pick up this back foot. Have a good feel on that one. Another collar grab. You can never do enough of those. We've had enough food there for a second. Eliza's after the rest. We're going to keep the collar and we're going to play with the tuggy. So a quick play with the tuggy, just so we don't do eat without actually trying to switch it. We want to make sure we keep that nice buzzy puppy that we've got. We don't want someone who just turns into a food hound. We do want someone who wants to play. I am playing close to the baby, but at the same time I'm always staying in charge here, so I'm definitely in between the two of them, and I'm definitely very much in control of the situation. Quick play with the puppy, reload my food before Eliza eats it. So reload my food. When I'm ready, whip the toy out of the mouth. Pop the toy up here. I'm sure Eliza will take that. It's prepped. Pop the puppy back down. Have the collar, the foot, the eyes, the mouth. The puppy doesn't really notice at any point I'm doing it because it's so quickly. Ear, food. Other ear, food. Foot, food. Back foot, food. And all the time the baby's still here. If I had a resource guarder, I'd be managing this differently and speaking to local behaviourist or seeking some help. This puppy's 7 weeks old. I'm assuming we have no issues right now. Last bit of food. As the last bit of food goes, I'm taking the toy very kindly handed to me by Eliza. And we're going to play with the tugger. Good girl. That's a nice tugging straight onto the toy. There's no issues here. You know what, this puppy, straight onto the toy. She doesn't know any different. You deliver me food, you deliver me toys. I love it all. Lots of reinforcement happens. Good things happen when I'm out and playing with my mum. A little bit of growling on that toy. We love that especially. We love that especially. Bit of carpet cleaning going on. Again, being mindful when you've got a baby or a young child around, but at the same time, life has to happen. Life has to go on. So sometimes it's not appropriate to get rid of the baby before you do some training, or to sort out the house, or to clean, or whatever else you need to do. So life has to go on. It's training as it happens. Okay, so Coco hasn't had her dinner yet this evening, so we're going to pop the food down and we're going to carry on playing this mouse game. Nice. Good girl, you didn't get those two. There's another one there. Nice. Notice how she's really responding to the caged food now. So as soon as we cage that food, she knows that she really isn't supposed to be taking it. That is so good. And at no point have we had to tell her to wait or stay. She just knows that self-control is how she offers it. That is such a clever puppy. Such a clever puppy. Look at you. If we move the food, just changes the excitement level of it really. We've got two piles to guard now. But notice again that lovely step back. She really notices that it's not her food. That's such a good girl. Let's move this to here. Wow. Wow. Get it. Get it. Yeah, that's yours. Get it. Get it. So if they come back to her, she can have them. If they stay caged, they're mine. Ready? Get it. Good girl. Good. Get it.
good girl. Get it? What a good girl. You're such a good girl. You taking the whole pile, that was brilliant. And then what we'll do is quite quickly switch on to playing with the toy that needs more value. So let's play with that toy that needs more value. Yeah, there you go. You can get that. Okay, Coco's out in the garden. She's doing great at the moment. She really likes working with me. She loves the food, she loves the toys. And we've got noises going on outside, so there are hedge cutters and there's someone doing the grass. So I thought it was a good time to pop her in the garden, really. She learns about just general household noises. While she's learning about general household noises and becoming accustomed to them, we've also got things like Eliza's toy makes quite an exciting noise, or could be quite scary for some dogs. So we're going to be counter conditioning that. So we're going to press the button, feed the dog, press the button, feed the dog. Now, as you can see, she really does want to come in and work with us. If she was a dog who really wasn't interested in us, I may not give her quite as much freedom. So do look at how much freedom your dog gets and how much it wants to work with you. And when I say not quite as much freedom, they may have a small area of the garden, but they wouldn't have the lawn and the access to the patio out there. And I may give them a smaller area with very little in it, maybe a chew bone. She actually has a bit more access at the moment because she's doing everything I ask of her. So I'm going with it, it's good. You need to assess each dog individually. It's not about one size fits all. Anyway, let's get on with the session. I'm going to bring her in. I'm going to play with her to make sure that she's quite excited. And then I'm going to make the noise and then I'm going to feed her. So I'm going to have both ready. I've got 4 pieces of food. I've got a tuggy. I'm going to get rid of my clicker. I don't need that one for this session. So I'm just going to let her know that I'm going to be calling her in. Not a big recall, just a call in. This isn't a toy she's played with before, actually, so or at least not much before. It's not one of our favourites, is it? It's not one of our favourites, but it could be. And actually, it's play with whatever I've got. So we're gonna be playing and playing and cleaning the carpet. And cleaning the carpet. Take the toy away. Ready with the food. I've got the collar. Press that one. Fed. Fed again. Step back there. Not going to worry about that at all. The ears are still very forward, so we're quite happy with it. Fed 4 pieces, quite happy with that. She's looking for something else, tail's wagging. I'm going to play. You need to get this toy, you big lazy goof. So I'm animating this toy a bit more than I normally would with some of her others, but it's not her favourite thing. And so it's a new toy to her, and she's quite hungry. So I do know to make sure that this toy is quite animated. I don't want her to lose interest in it at all. Yes, you get that thing. You get your tugger. You get your tugger. So that session was good, and we're going to do another one exactly the same. Toy's going to be around. I'm going to collar, grab and feed 4 times, and then I'm going to let her go to that toy. So that one, collar, grab, feed. Collar, grab, feed. So I don't want the food, I'd like the toy. You take the food. One more. Feed again. It's a nice girl. Swallowed that one. Make sure we swallow. And then we go on to playing. Get it. Get the tugger. Get your tugger. Get down on their level sometimes, that's a nice game. Second session in here, we're going to try some food and some toy, just for feeding, for sort of handling and being around the equipment and everything else that's going on. I've got to obviously talk over all the noises. She's going to be noticing all these noises, but hopefully not too much to ever worry about it. If she does worry it, we're just going to work her through, check that she's in the right headspace, check that she's in the right arousal, and hopefully see that she's happy and comfortable being in here. So when I put her down, I'm going to stand on a lead. The reason I'm going to stand on a lead is so that I've got hands free, because I've got a toy, I've got food, I don't want to have to struggle with that. So lead's going to go down, I'm going to stand on that lead, and I'll straight away go into some playing. A bit of feeding, collar grab and feed her. Bit of collar grab, feed, collar grab and feed, collar grab and feed once more. Wait till she's finished that one, and then when she's finished, we're going to go back to the toy again. Now she's angry about the noise and the dog next to us, so if that's too much, I may turn my back and just try and get her doing it. Yeah, good girl, good girl, that's so nice, that's so nice, that's so nice, that's so, get this bit, get this bit.
In this chapter, Confidence and Creativity, I have to say I've been inspired by many different dog trainers. But most of all, Susan Garrett. She has to be one of the most creative and innovative dog trainers that I've ever had the pleasure to work with. When thinking about confidence and creativity, you really can take lots of different skill areas and develop. What I'm going to do is show you a few, and then I really want you to take them away and roll with them. Enjoy.
Putting in a level of self-control around moving animals and objects, bikes, etc. from an early age can be a really important skill for your puppy to learn. Visiting a new habitat and also an unusual place to rehearse these skills can be vital for your dog understanding these skills in the future. Confidence and creativity means that you will have your happy, well-behaved, balanced pet at the end of the day. Playing in and on new surfaces will help develop a more stable adult dog. Have fun. You do not need to worry about what you get or even how you get it. It's more about the journey. Explore new objects and develop your dog's confidence levels.
Yeah. Yeah. It's different. Oh, you let go. You let go. You lost him. You lost him. Ready. Steady.
In this clip, Coco is not sure of the surface under her foot. It's a pimple surface and she doesn't particularly like it. By using her toy and getting her more aroused, she becomes less aware of what is there. You can relate this to your dog sport. For example, something like a contact surface in agility. If you can get your puppy to be confident on any surface at this stage, something like a contact will be no issue later on.
Good girlie.
Whenever I'm going to play with a new object or let the puppy be exposed to a new noise, I'll see if I can do it using play. Often when the puppy's playing, it won't notice low-level noises or distractions. It's too busy doing its job. As you can see, Coco is fairly confident. You need to assess each puppy as they come. They're not all the same. Every puppy's an individual.
Wild girl. Yeah, this girl.
Gradually increase the noise. Try to keep it under threshold, however.
And it was a big bang. It was a big bang. Bang. That was a big bang. That was a big bang.
This is Miss Q again. Now, Q doesn't appear as confident in this environment. When you notice this, make sure that you change your training plan. You don't have to stick to what you had planned for the day. You can always take it back a stage. Remember, with confidence and creativity, you need to develop it. It might not be there straight away.
What have you got?
In this clip, watch Q get more and more confident.
Yeah, that's good.
Notice we haven't even put the noise in yet. We're just trying to get the level of arousal up.
Been on this floor before. Definitely new. Fancied being part of this, didn't you, Miss Q? Miss Q, get this, get this, get this. Got to get used to playing and hearing voices. That's good girl. Yeah.
Now, once the tug is better, we can try to add in some noises. Notice the puppy look towards the board.
Here's checking. Right, here's checking some noises. Here's checking the noise. Yeah, that's better.
Remember, keep it under threshold. The puppy must never feel like it's worried by what you're doing or it lacks confidence.
No, gotta have a noise going on. Gotta have a noise going on. Good girl.
Once my puppy is happy with the object that I want them to explore, I'll actually let them just follow food. Now, a lot of people are anti-luring. In this situation, I would say I don't really need my puppy thinking or my adult dog thinking. I actually want them just to follow the food, maybe be able to cope with a little bit of movement, hop into a sit, or stretch up. I don't want to make it too complex, and I always want to finish the session with a little bit of play.
I know you just had chicken.
Again, once they're on the awkward surfaces, I just want them to be able to take food. I don't want to make it too complex for them. Always give them stress breaks as soon as they've finished, and again let them play.
For a pub a bit too long, really. You did good. You still want to play?
Now in this session, we actually played with Coco for a good few minutes, and what we realised is that sometimes you really do need to keep your session short. Now we know this and we've been telling you this, but we still make mistakes ourselves.
Bouncing over that way.
In this clip, you can see that Coco's wobble work is already being developed.
That toy again. Definitely more confident today on this wobble cushion. Or I should say wobble board, isn't it? It's a wobble board. It's a big wobble board. That's good tugging. Let's see if you can switch back. This is the favourite. Yeah, that's a good tugging. Look at that head shaking.
And that good grip.
In terms of development, we're looking to see that the puppy can play both on the board, off the board, as well as take food on the board and off the board, and transition between the two effectively.
Ready, steady. Yeah, that's so nice. You can get that. You can get that.
Okay, so we're going to introduce a couple of different surfaces today. So we've got the bubble wrap, so it makes a few noises, so it'll be different for that. And we've also got a contact surface, so it's something she can get used to putting her feet on. So I think we'll start with the contact surface. So it's a bit of a rubber coating, and what we're going to do is we're going to feed her 2 pieces of food. So we've got 2 pieces of food. She's going to get those for being on that contact surface. Initially, I'm not even going to give her a choice as to whether she goes on the surface. I'm just going to place her on it, and then I'm going to switch. And I'm going to play with my 2 toys around or over the surface, depending on how the session goes. You never quite know, because you are a puppy, right? She is 7 weeks now. So, puppy on, feed, good girl, feed, good girl. And then we're going to get the tugging. Then we're going to get the tugging. She's just about eaten that piece. If I'd been a fraction quicker there, then she'd have still had it in her mouth. So it's trying to be slow enough so that she's eaten it, but quick enough so you don't lose her attention, because she is only a baby. You're only a baby. You're a good baby though, aren't you? And then we're going to switch to this one. Yeah, we're going to switch, because you can't have your favourites. You can't have your favourites, but this is the favourite because it's pink. Is that it? Because it's pink, okay? You can see the tuggy's getting quite strong now. I'm going to switch to this one. Yeah, good girl. That is such a nice switching, good girl. Let's face you this way so they don't just see your bottom. Yeah, good girl. And then one more switch. Back to this one. That's a good switch. And then we're just going to whip her up. That surface seemed no problem at all. So we're going to get rid of that surface. That surface is going to come back up here, out of the way, so it's not in the way of our training session. And then we are going to lay out some of this bubble wrap. Now she's never seen this before, so we don't really know what she's going to make on it. We'll start with 2 pieces of food. So we give ourselves a chance to see if she can be comfortable taking food, because food would be my first stage. If she's happy taking food, then I'd look at increasing it and seeing if she can then play. But I wouldn't start with play, I would start with food on this one. Good girl. Happy with 1 piece of food? Happy with 2 pieces of food? And then happy with your tugger. Happy with the tugger. Yeah, good girl. That is such a good girl. Come over this way. They can see a pretty face. So they can see a pretty face tugging. Oh, I think it's this one we're playing with. I think it's this one we're playing with. And how about this one? Now it's this one. Now it's this one, but not when you fancy. When I fancy. Good girl. They're playing with that bubble wrap. Quite happy. Carpet sweeper. We're still getting some re-gripping in our play, so we're not going to sort that out here. What we'll do is we'll do that in another session, maybe tomorrow. The re-gripping, you can see she lets go, re-bites, lets go, re-bites. But this is enough for today. We don't want to overface her with asking her for a whole new challenge and changing the criteria in one session. I think actually let's let her get on with the bubble wrap and play as she is, but we do notice it. So this re-gripping, the bite and re-grip and bite and re-grip, we do want to get rid of that. We don't like that. But there are other bits we like the switching. So the switching is good. So happy with the switching. Notice she doesn't re-grip quite as much on this toy. This toy is definitely higher value to her. But she's still happy to switch. And she's got some good switching going on. Haven't you? Got some good switching going on. Good girl. Last switch. It's your last switch. We're going to have one last play on this one. You demolished this wrap. You demolished this wrap. Whip her up.
and then we're done. So made a bit of a mess of the bubble wrap. Good session, very, very happy with it. She's happy, we were happy. So Coco has only got a couple of bits of her evening meal left, and we've obviously been doing small sessions with her this evening. One of the ones we want to have a go at is another new surface. So we found a towel. We're going to have a towel down. She's hopefully going to not just stand on the towel, but afterwards we'll try and get her to play with it. So it's going to be pop the puppy on the towel, feed the puppy, feed that puppy to be in here. Wow. Still hungry. Take a bit of chewing these big bits of kibble. So she's quite happy to be on the towel. Let's bring her off it. And then let's bring her back on it. Lovely girl. Let's try and turn around. Good. Turn her back around this way. Nice girl. Good girl. One bit there. It's nice to have a contrasting treat, so something that is darker in colour, so that she can see that one back on this one. And then back around that way. And then this time when she turns around, we're going to tap and we're going to play. Let her finish her kibble, because obviously it's enough to chew for a puppy. Yeah, that's good. You get the tuggy for that one. You get the tuggy for that one. So she plays with the tuggy. We're going to play her off it. So let's play her off it over here. A little bit of toy switching. So we're going to get to this toy. And then we're going to try the towel as a toy. Yeah, there's a towel as a toy. The towel as a toy. Every puppy should learn to play with towels, because then when we're drying, it's all a big fun game. Yeah, and then we're going to switch back to this one. Yeah, that's a good tuggy, and then we're going to switch to this one. And then this one. Yeah, look how good you are playing with the towel. There's no reinforcement history here with the towel, except the fact that actually everything we play with is fun. So we have a great time with her. It's this one we're playing with now. It's this one. So whatever we play with, we have a great time. Yeah, we handle her. She gets to play. And then we go this one. We get to go on the towel again. We get to go on the towel again. You're such a good puppy. So what a great puppy. Switching as soon as we swap to another toy, she's switching and she's doing great. With a baby in the picture. With a baby in the picture. You're such a nice girl. I know it's... excuse you, we're still playing with this one. Nicely done. That was such a nice job. So we went from the ball to the sheep to the towel. All of them had value. As soon as we were playing with them, they all had value. What a great girl Coco is. And you know what? All of your dogs would be able to do this. You've just got to set it up very early on. Whenever you get the pup, it doesn't need to be a puppy. It could be a rescue dog, an adult dog. As soon as you can get into doing this, do it. It would be, this is the exciting one, the one I have. Now this is the exciting one, the one I have. And now this is the exciting one, the one I have. Any of them can be exciting. It really is about you. So it's not the toy itself, it's about you and the toy. You can have the rest of your dinner because you've been a very good girl. And that's quite enough training for one pup in a day. So again, we're training in the dark. So we've only just got back this evening, been teaching puppy school. So she's been to puppy school with us, just went to a new place, ate lots. We didn't film the first session, we forgot the camera. But we are going to film tonight some new surfaces. So we've got this new wobbly springboard. It's from Adam's Agility, and they've made it for us. So we're very excited about this. It has already been out in the schools, so it's not dirty. But I'm going to start her with it on toys. Why? Because I want her arousal to be up so she doesn't really notice too much. But also, I've got liver cake today. I was given some of it at puppy school, so I'm going to use the liver cake, which I know means the toys will be hard because she's not going to want to switch between the toys and the food. She's going to want the food. I know that she hasn't had lovely food before, so this is her first real experience of lovely food, and I know she's going to want it. So we're going to call her in, and I'm not really going to use her name here. I'm just going to bash the toy around. I'm going to get her into here. I'm going to get her quickly onto here. I'm going to try and whiz her around a bit, get the toy moving, and then whip the toy away at some opportunity, feed, and I'm going to try and break back to the toy. I'm not sure that it's going to happen because she's going to like that, so we may have a bit of a battle on our hands, but you get to see it all, which is a good way of introducing it. She obviously is after coming in, so we're going to wait till she stops jumping at the window, and then we're going to let her in. Yeah, look at you. I've got 2 in the hand because we weren't expecting your naughtiness. So we're going to go straight onto this one. Yeah, that's a fun one to play, isn't it? Here's a fun one to play. Get this thing. Get the tug. Get this tug. She can already smell the liver cake because I saw her scent them. It's moving around quite a lot. Yeah, we've got lots of growling. Yeah, get this tugger. Get this tugger. That grip's looking really good, actually. Touch the puppy. Touch the puppy. Lots of tugging. Whip the toy out the mouth. Hold the collar, and she's got a harness on because she's been at puppy school. I'm going to load up with just 3 treats, and I'm just going to do feeding, and as you can see, she's going to like those. Tap the ground, feed the dog. Tap the ground, feed the dog. A couple more. Tap the ground, feed the dog. There he is. Tap the ground, feed the dog. Now I'm going to try and get back to the toy. It's going to be hard. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Yeah, you can have that one. For a second. For a second. So we finally get to train in the daytime. Coco is still only 9 weeks old, so she really is just a real tiny pup. But if you've got your rescue dog or your adult dog, it really is whatever stage you're at. Today we're going to be shaping the box, so we've got a box for her to offer getting into. Now she investigates everything and she gets in everything, so I can't imagine she's not going to come straight in and get in that, although she really hasn't played with objects like this much before. I know she'll get in it. So what I'm going to do is when she gets in it, I'm going to have my food ready to let her know I like it. And if you want to be using a clicker, you can also click as she's offering getting in. I'm not so worried if you use a clicker or not. I use it because it starts to help add value to the clicker, that we start to use it in lots of our training. So we're going to call her in. As I call her in, hopefully she's going to come straight in and get into that box. I'll click as she does it. I'll feed her in it. I'll tap out here, she'll follow, she'll come back out. Hopefully she'll get back in the box. I'll feed again, I'll tap out, and then when she offers getting back in the box, I'm going to play tuggy. So I really only need a couple of pieces of food. I've got 3 in my hand, so that hopefully will be enough. If it's not, we have to reload and do it on the go. So, hello. Not quite as planned, but we're going to go with that. She's looking at the box. Yeah, you're a good girl. What a good girl. Vehicle going by, so she stopped to investigate. That's fine. Very nice. Look at you. Tap out the box. Third one, we're going to play toys when she gets in. So I'm ready to stop her going behind me. I don't want any blind crosses early. She's trying things out here, so she's sitting and then she's trying it down. I haven't taught her either of those behaviours. That's just from those little mousy games that we've played where she thinks she might try something to get the reinforcement. Yeah, you're a good girl. You get to have your tuggy in the box. So playing on a new surface or around a new surface is great. So actually having a go at some play there, that was lovely. Ready. Toy out the mouth. Wait for the behaviour, because obviously she's got to offer it. I'm not going to lure it. I could tap in there and she'd go in, but I want to see if she can think that one through. So we'll let her think that through. You can see the clock ticking there. Yeah, you're
such a good girl. Hey you, I was playing with you. You, I'm playing. You, I'm playing. I don't care that you want to see other things and other people's and other elephants.
So don't take those moments of, actually, I've got something better to do. You're just going to say, I'm playing with you. That's those moments where the dog leaves the ring because something's outside. Start this now, or whatever age your rescue dog is. It's about making sure that those moments are addressed immediately. So yeah, you might want something over there, but I'm what you want right now. So very quick box session. We're going to do one more of those on the food. So I'm going to take the collar, whip the toy out of the mouth. Whip the toy out of the mouth. I'm going to switch toys for when we go back to toys, so I'm going to be prepared and have that one here. Because I've got that collar held, I'm going to collar grab, feeder, reload with maybe, I think I'm going to go 2. So I'm going to go 2 for food and then 1 for toy. I'll let go. Yeah, you're a good girl. Not going to let it go behind me. Just going to control my environment a little. I'm going to ignore the puppy stuff for a minute, just being a pup. Yeah, you're a good girl. Only got 2 in that time, that's fine. We'll tap out again. When she comes back in, I am going to give her the other toy. Yeah, you get this one. You get this one, and my hand lotion. And my hand lotion. Yeah, you're a good girl. A carpet cleaning puppy. And tapping against things like that, that's just conditioning again for later on. So when they tap against contacts or they tap against weaves, none of it's going to worry them. They're used to being handled, and that's ongoing, that body grabbing, this sort of just being able to be handled, noises that she carries on playing no matter what's going on. You're an aggressive little puppy. All the growling, I like it. It's something that means that really they're engaging nicely in that game. It's not at me, it's with me. Okay, so Coco is still needing to see lots of different surfaces. Although she's seen some surfaces, the more surfaces she can see, the better. So what we've got in front of us, we've got some bubble wrap, we've got some fake turf, we have a plastic lid, we've got some tin foil, which is very, very new to her, and we've got the rubber contact surface that is on most of our contacts in the UK now, over here. I've got some food. I'm going to take about 10 pieces of food approximately, and I'm just going to pop her down and feed her a piece or 2 on each end of the sort of different surfaces that we've got going on here. So we're just going to pop her down, feed over here. Good girl. That is a good girl. We could drop it on the surface, or we could feed. Good girl. Nice. You're a good girl. Good, very nice. And then last one. Good girl. And then be ready to play with her. Get your tuggy. Get your tuggy. Get your tuggy. So whilst I'm playing with her, I'm going to reload my food. Now she doesn't have to be specifically on one piece. It's just about playing on anything. So whatever I take you to, she's just going to carry on playing or eating. Started on food to check there was no real sort of surface that worried her. Nothing seems to be worrying her too much, so we just carry on and then we go back to another session of food. So whip her up, take the toy away, pop her down, food, another piece of food there. Good girl, another piece of food there. Yeah, good girl. Gonna wait for a foot to come on before I feed her. Good girl, another foot to come on before I feed her. I know it's over here. Yeah, good girl. And then bang that toy back in again. So she gets to have the toy again for that one. So she's playing really happily, even though I've got some nice food here. You can see I've got a little bit of chicken and I have some kibble. So I've got a bit of a mixture. She's playing really happily, even though I've got that nice food around, exactly what I'm looking for. While she's playing, I'll definitely still be handling her, so lots and lots of handling, tapping her about. You've seen that she's seen some of these surfaces before, but like I said, some new ones here that she really wasn't worried about. And she's quite happy to play over the noise. Noisy surfaces are good because they actually show us that the dog is confident, and actually confidence is key. If you have nothing else with your puppy but confidence and play, then actually you're on to a winner. So definitely confidence and play first. As you can see, she really isn't phased. She's quite happy to play and carry on playing, even though I'm busy talking to you. If your puppy is worried by any of it, take it back a stage. So don't ask them to do what they can't do. Don't overface them. Don't put them over what we would call their threshold. Try and take it under. Stick to the food where you can. And don't worry about the toy when they're really worried about something. And really counter condition it. So take it back and strip it right back to the point where you're just feeding for a neutral response. So they're not worried by it. A good session, exactly what I want you guys to be doing, so making sure that you're going through the different surfaces and keep trying to vary them, so the more variety the better. Good girl.